For more than a decade, one face became almost impossible to separate from a single word: aliens. The wild hair, the animated hand gestures, the unwavering confidence. Together, they transformed Giorgio A. Tsoukalos into one of the internet's most recognizable personalities. Millions know him as the Ancient Aliens guy, but behind the meme is a real person with a surprising career, a lasting marriage, and a television franchise that has survived far longer than almost anyone expected. So what really happened to Giorgio Tsoukalos, and where is he today? The answer is far more interesting than most people realize. Long before he became a pop culture icon, Tsoukalos was simply a curious young man searching for his place in the world. Born on March 14, 1978, in Lucerne, Switzerland, to a Greek father and an Austrian mother, he grew up surrounded by different cultures, languages, and traditions. That international upbringing helped spark an early fascination with ancient civilizations and unexplained mysteries. While many childhood interests fade with time, this one only grew stronger. But the path that led him down was anything but predictable. After moving to the United States, Tsoukalos graduated from Ithaca College in 1998 with a degree in communications. Looking back, that choice seems almost destined. Yet his first major career had nothing to do with ancient history or extraterrestrials. Instead, he entered the world of bodybuilding. From 1999 through 2007, he worked as a promoter for competitions connected to the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness, including events associated with Mr. Olympia. He even produced and directed the IFBB San Francisco Pro Grand Prix for several years. It sounds strange now, doesn't it? The man famous for discussing alien visitors spent years organizing bodybuilding events. But while that career unfolded in public, another passion quietly grew in the background. And that hidden passion would eventually change everything. At the same time he was promoting fitness competitions, Tsoukalos was deeply involved in the world of ancient astronaut theories. From 1999 until 2008, he served as editor of Legendary Times, a magazine devoted to researching claims that extraterrestrials influenced ancient civilizations. Through that role, he became closely connected with Swiss author Erich von Däniken, one of the most famous advocates of ancient astronaut ideas. Over time, Tsoukalos also became involved with organizations dedicated to exploring those theories. For years, his two worlds remained separate. One focused on bodybuilding. The other focused on mysteries from the distant past. Then, in 2009, those worlds collided in a way nobody could have predicted. That year, Ancient Aliens premiered on the History Channel. The show explored the controversial theory that extraterrestrial beings visited Earth thousands of years ago and helped shape human civilization. Tsoukalos quickly emerged as one of the program's most recognizable voices. Episode after episode, he argued that sites such as the pyramids, the Nazca Lines, and Puma Punku might contain evidence of technology beyond what ancient humans could have created alone. What made him stand out wasn't just the theories. It was the way he delivered them. Every explanation carried complete certainty. Every mystery seemed one step away from being solved. Viewers either loved it or laughed at it, but almost nobody ignored it. And that unusual presence would soon lead to something even bigger than television fame. Because while Ancient Aliens was attracting viewers, something unexpected was happening online. A single screenshot was about to change Giorgio Tsoukalos' life forever. And the strangest part? It happened almost by accident. Around 2010, an image from the show began spreading across internet forums. The picture captured Tsoukalos in the middle of an animated explanation, hands raised, hair standing dramatically upward. Someone paired the image with a simple caption, "I'm not saying it was aliens, but..." The joke exploded. The meme spread from message boards to social media and eventually across the entire internet. Even people who had never watched Ancient Aliens instantly understood the humor. The image perfectly captured the idea of explaining almost anything with absolute confidence, no matter how unlikely the conclusion might seem. Lost your car keys? Aliens. Strange noise in the attic? Aliens. Traffic jam on the highway? Aliens. The formula was simple. The joke never seemed to get old. Many public figures would have been frustrated by becoming a punchline. Tsoukalos reacted differently. During a Reddit question and answer session, he openly said he loved the meme and considered it an honor. Instead of fighting it, he embraced it. That decision turned out to be incredibly smart. By accepting the joke, he transformed what could have been ridicule into an entirely new form of popularity. The meme introduced him to millions of people who had never heard of Ancient Aliens. Suddenly, he wasn't just a television personality. He was a permanent piece of internet culture. But here's what makes the story remarkable. Most memes disappear within weeks. Some last a few months. Tsoukalos's meme survived for years. Then a decade. Then even longer. How many internet jokes can claim that kind of staying power? His fame eventually expanded beyond the History Channel. In 2021, he appeared on the science fiction comedy series Resident Alien, playing a fictional version of himself. The show even poked fun at his famous hairstyle and public image. He returned again the following year, proving audiences were still enjoying the joke. Somehow, Tsoukalos achieved something very few people ever manage. He became self-aware enough to participate in his own legend. Rather than resisting internet culture, he became part of it. Yet behind the memes and jokes, a more serious conversation was unfolding. Because while fans embraced his theories, many scientists and historians strongly disagreed with them. And those criticisms never really went away. Ancient Aliens has faced intense scrutiny from archaeologists, anthropologists, historians, and other experts. Critics argue that many of the show's claims rely on speculation rather than evidence. They point out that ancient civilizations were capable of remarkable engineering achievements without help from extraterrestrials. One of the most common criticisms centers on the idea that the theories underestimate the intelligence and abilities of ancient peoples. Scholars have spent decades studying how civilizations built pyramids, temples, monuments, and cities. In many cases, detailed explanations already exist. Critics argue that introducing aliens into the discussion creates unnecessary conclusions where human ingenuity provides sufficient answers. But the debate goes even deeper than engineering. Some researchers have argued that ancient astronaut theories can unintentionally diminish the accomplishments of non-European civilizations. They note that extraordinary achievements in places like Egypt, South America, and Mesoamerica are often attributed to alien influence, while similar accomplishments elsewhere are more frequently credited to human innovation. That criticism has remained a major part of the discussion surrounding the franchise. Another point often raised is Tsoukalos's background. Despite his visibility on the subject, he does not hold academic credentials in archaeology or anthropology. His degree is in communications. Critics argue that television presentation can sometimes create the impression of expertise that viewers may not fully question. Still, none of these criticisms have significantly changed his public stance. Over the years, Tsoukalos has continued defending ancient astronaut theory in interviews, podcasts, conventions, and television appearances. He consistently argues that mainstream science dismisses unconventional possibilities too quickly. Whether people view him as a genuine believer, a skilled entertainer, or a combination of both, one thing is undeniable. The criticism never stopped. But neither did his success. That creates an unusual situation. Scientific skepticism and commercial popularity have traveled side by side throughout much of his career. While experts challenged the theories, audiences kept watching. While critics objected, the show continued producing new episodes. And that raises an obvious question. After all these years, where does Giorgio Tsoukalos stand today? As of 2026, he remains deeply connected to Ancient Aliens. More than 15 years after the series first premiered, the show continues to produce new content and has reached its 22nd season. Few people expected the franchise to survive this long, yet it remains one of the longest-running documentary-style programs in cable television. The journey hasn't always been smooth. Scheduling changes and delays have occasionally raised questions about the show's future. Yet despite those challenges, The franchise continues moving forward. The network clearly believes there is still an audience eager for mysteries, speculation, and unanswered questions. Away from television, Tsoukalos has maintained a relatively private personal life. In 2013, he married Krix Biebel, a glass artist and jewelry designer known for creating handmade pieces inspired by cosmic and artistic themes. Unlike many public figures, the couple has largely stayed out of tabloid headlines. There have been no major public controversies surrounding their relationship, and they continue to keep much of their personal life away from the spotlight. Professionally, Tsoukalos's influence has only expanded. In addition to appearing on camera, he serves as a co-executive producer of Ancient Aliens, giving him a role in shaping future episodes and deciding which mysteries the series explores. He has traveled extensively, visiting many of the world's most famous sites connected to ancient astronaut theories. His reach also extends far beyond television. Through podcasts, conventions, interviews, and guest appearances, he continues engaging with audiences across multiple platforms. That adaptability has helped him remain relevant in a media landscape that looks completely different from the one that launched his career. Financially, estimates place his net worth at several $1 million, reflecting years of television work, public appearances, and related projects. He may not have reached the level of major Hollywood celebrities, but he has built a successful and lasting career in a highly unusual niche. So what happened to the Ancient Aliens guy? The simple answer is that he never really disappeared. While many internet sensations fade into obscurity, Giorgio Tsoukalos kept moving forward. The bodybuilding promoter became a television personality. The television personality became a meme. The meme became a cultural icon. And through it all, he continued doing exactly what he had always done, exploring mysteries, defending his theories, and captivating audiences with the same enthusiasm that first made him famous. Love him or laugh at him, agree with him or disagree with him, Giorgio Tsoukalos has accomplished something few people ever achieve. He turned an unconventional passion into a lasting career and transformed a single screenshot into one of the most enduring images in internet history. More than a decade later, the wild hair remains. The theories remain. And perhaps most surprising of all, so does the fascination.